long. And anyway, this girl responded to a message I sent a week or two ago, said, hey, I'd love to go down to Philly. Do you want a drink? And Saturday morning, just as I was cracking, she writes me back and says, Tom, yeah, I'd love to have a drink with you. If you want to come to Philly, though. And I'm like, you know what? I'll turn it into a night. I went to Hotels Tonight.
That's the best app in the entire world.
They're very good to me. And we owe them a thank you here at the Tom Kelly Show. We owe them a thank you because I booked the room, and I actually said to her before I hit send, are you sure about this? Do you really want to have dinner with a stranger tonight? I'm about to book an expensive room, and I booked the most expensive room in Philly on this app.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
No, it's going to get better, Tim. It's going to get better because it turns into 4 hours of amusement with my buddies on a text chain.
Okay, go ahead.
It gets better. So now usually when I go on a date with a girl, I internet stalk the living hell out of the person.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. But hang on.
As you should nowadays. I mean, I haven't been single in years, but I mean,
Lauren, this next few sentences of this conversation will be a reminder of why we have rules. Okay. It's like you as parents probably say this to your kids. This is why we have rules. This is why Tom Kelly has rules. I am now driving to Philly. I have spent $300, $400 on a hotel room for the night. And she gives me a call as I'm approaching the George Washington Bridge, and she sounds drunk as hell. Like,
perfect.
On pills, strung out, something. And I'm like, good God, this is going to be a disaster. I start texting my guy friends from high school who are like, Tom, turn on your Find My iPhone app so we can find the body tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Tom, by the way, only you would think this is going to be a disaster. Me, single, I'd be like, this is going to be great.
So I was in between. Good Tom is on one shoulder and evil Tim is on my other.
You just got to be fun. No, you just got to be, this is going to be fun. I'm going to meet an interesting, crazy person, and who knows where the night's going to go. Yeah.
So that's fine. I was in that. So I kept going. I crossed the George Washington Bridge, and I was in that mindset. If she's drunk and she kills me, you know what? I'm well insured. My parents do well.
Yeah, right? Great way to go. Yeah, absolutely.
And so now, big part of the story now is I'm now approaching 476 going into Philly. It's the industrial part of Philadelphia. Right. She sends me a text that says, I think I have COVID.
Okay. So this morning she was fine. And then hours later, she believes that she has.
Not even this morning. At the George Washington Bridge, she was fine.
Okay.
At 476, she got COVID.
So you should have wrote back right away. I have antibodies. Let's do this.
Yeah. Well, wait, so how did you proceed?
So I text her back saying, how do you know? She's like, blah, blah, blah. I have a fever. And I call her and I'm like, you didn't have a fever when I said, should I get the hotel room? And she, again, a little drunk, slurring, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. So now, Tim was not in the room for this, but my doctor, who is very conservative, is like, Tom, no messing around till you get a vaccine, is sort of his thing was. He's
very
like,
smart.
He's like, go to work if you have to make money, but no messing around until you're vaccinated.
Make money, not babies.
Well,
yes,
that's like the general.
You know, you know what? That's our next T-shirt, by the way, Lauren.
Do it.
Make money, not babies. So now, big ending here. Big ending is, listen, my parents are vaccinated. We're over the biggest things, but I'm like, you know what? It would be reckless to go hang out with a girl who just said she had COVID.
Yeah.
I go and I'm like, I'm going to get a refund on my non-refundable Hotels Tonight room. I pull in and I ask the clerk and I call Hotels Tonight, will you give me the refund? And they said, let us call Hotels Tonight. We'll see what we can do. And I go outside and there's a man named Seamus who is the doorman at the Rittenhouse Plaza Hotel.
Oh, it's a great, Rittenhouse Square is awesome.
Rittenhouse, it might be the Rittenhouse Square.
No, I don't know, but that whole area, Rittenhouse Square is beautiful.
So I am sitting there and Seamus had a great line that is a piece of life advice that I give to the whole audience. His line was, he starts pointing out things to do while they're negotiating my refund in the back.
Perfect.
Yeah. He's like, Tom, there's a steakhouse there. There is a restaurant there. This place is clean. You can go over there for drinks. And his line was, Mr. Kelly, you're already here.
Yeah, the concierge
true.
probably hit him on the radio though, like, listen, I'm gonna pretend to get this guy, try to get this guy's money back. Just tell him, either like, just open up the Zagrets to give him like 6 things to do. Come on, Seamus.
Yeah.
So true. Yeah, no, it's true. You're already there.
You're already there. I drove the 3 hours down.
Come on.
5 hours, 3 hours back. And I wound up, and my father had a great line. My father's like, this man needs a raise because anybody who can convince an idiot to spend 2 nights in Philly is a genius.
It was 2 nights.
Well, I only booked for one. So true story, hotels tonight, refunded my room.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I got a full refund. No, stop laughing, Tim, because this is the fun, happy ending.
I'm just laughing because Lauren said, 2 nights, and then put her head down. And it was just a funny, from my visual, it was flipping hysterical. It was so polite and so like screechy on the chalkboard at the same time. 2 nights? Oh my God, he's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's why I need to do TV and not radio, because people can see my.
Well, this is why we're adding a video component, or I'm trying to put clips on the thing. But back to us. So anyway, the guy, I got a full refund from hotels tonight, but I had to play the COVID card hard.
Right.
Yeah.
And the hotel gave me approved a full refund. And then after I got the refund, I got into the car, sat for 3 minutes, got out and rebooked the room.
Okay. Do you feel any shame doing that? Like when you walk back in, I would be so embarrassed. And I'm not judging you. I think my point is like, I'm so jealous if you don't feel any shame doing that, because I'd be like, oh, sorry, I was just here, you know.
Oh, see, I'm exactly like you, Lauren. I would have been so embarrassed.
I would go somewhere else.
My wife would have went back and forth 5 times. You know what? We are going to stay. And then
I would have driven somewhere else.
Seamus, I've been thinking about it, and that steak really sounds great. So you know what? Now we're going to stay. And then she'd eat the steak and be like, you know what? Think you could make it home? We're gonna cancel. I'm gonna need that refund back. She'd could care less about people. Like I would be like stomach turning.
Me too.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Oh, so me, I had a great time. I went in and I'm like, you know what? I owned it. At that point, I said I was going on a date and the date had COVID. I looked like I was going in to get a hooker and the hooker had COVID.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's exactly what. Question.
But yes.
Did you book 2 beds or 1 bed?
Oh, I booked one. I had no anticipation of having sex nor any urge to.
But then why would you book the most expensive hotel?
Because I don't, after what's going on in New York right now, I don't trust water to clean hotels.
Okay, there it's all coming together. I thought
the mayor is a Philly, but we'll call him Mayor de Blasio. Mayor de Blasio ain't putting people into the Rittenhouse Square at $388 a night.
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't trust big city hotels right now.
I thought you were trying to impress her.
Can I just do my impression of Tom's date looking internet stalking him?
Yes.
Before she makes the phone call? Okay. 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 Hold on 1 second, Candy. Yeah, I have COVID.
If you get a chance, subscribe to the Tom Kelly Show podcast on all the major podcast providers. Sign up for the Tom Kelly Show email list at TomKellyShow.com. And of course, you can find me and contact me personally at Tom Kelly Show on Instagram, Facebook, Clubhouse, Venmo, TikTok, and FarmersOnly.com.